the baggage that you don't know you're carrying, and how to finally let go of it. I want to start with something that I think is really important to say clearly. Knowing something is not the same as having worked through it. Many of the women that I work with are highly self-aware. They've read the books, they've been in therapy, they really know the patterns that they have. And they can name their attachment style, identify the moments they self-abandon, trace their tendencies back to childhood experience, and they can do that with impressive clarity. And yet, somehow, those patterns still keep repeating. Insight is very powerful, but insight alone is not integrity. It's not integration. If you can't embody what you know intellectually, then you're out of integrity with yourself. And you can't live truly from that. You can't be your true self or find really true love. Knowing intellectually that you carry something from your past, it's a very different thing from having genuinely let it go and evolved. Today I want to talk about exactly what emotional baggage is. It's a real living presence in your body. It's in your nervous system. And what it actually means to work through that rather than just understand it. I want to explore that today. When you enter a new relationship, you don't walk in alone. You bring everything, the ways you've learned to protect yourself, the beliefs you've formed about what love means and what you deserve or don't, the unfinished emotional business from the past relationships that have stayed with you. You bring the grief that was never fully felt, the anger that was never possible to express safely, the parts of you that you shut down to avoid rejection or conflict or loss, the expectations that formed before you were old enough to question whether they were healthy. None of this is visible to a new partner. Often, much of it is not visible to you, but it is present. It shapes the choices that you make, the things you find yourself reacting to. Those little triggers that really get you and make you feel outraged. You've got to end it. No more of this. The all or nothing mentality, the fight or flight mentality. You'll know when you're triggered. It's the moments when you pull away or you push too hard or you stay too long in something that really isn't right. And one of the most powerful questions I've ever encountered, which comes from the work of Catherine Woodward Thomas, is this: what did this reflection from this relationship show me about my patterns? Not what did they do wrong, not even what did I do wrong. What did this relationship show me about how I am still relating from an earlier experience of love? That question shifts everything. It moves you from being someone to whom things happen into being someone who is actively participating in what keeps being created. And then you can choose. There are 4 things I see most consistently in women who have not yet worked through their baggage. The first is they replay the same dynamic over and over, regardless of which relationship, sometimes at work as well. It's different names, different circumstances, but the emotional content is still the same. The experience is still the same. Second is that they are attracted over and over to the familiar rather than the genuinely healthy. The third is that they over-accommodate, giving too much and asking for too little, or they overprotect, keeping people at a distance, withholding. The fourth is when something genuinely good and stable arrives, they really struggle to trust it. They're not character flaws. They're intelligent responses to earlier emotional experiences that are living in us now. They were adaptive. They help you survive something, but they have a cost now. They're outdated. What changes this is not more analysis. It's completion. Going back through things with support and with compassion to the things that were left unfinished. The grief that never had the permission to be moved through. The anger that turned inwards because there was nowhere safe for it to go. All those beliefs formed in childhood or in painful relationships that are still subtly governing your choices now. The work of calling in the one and conscious uncoupling, created by Catherine Woodward Thomas, and of which I'm an accredited coach, address all of this to a much deeper level. It's not about repeating the old stories, it's about completing them, extracting the wisdom, releasing what no longer needs to be carried. And when that work is done, even partially, even in progress, something really shifts. You feel lighter. You stop relating automatically and begin blossoming, choosing consciously from an evolved and mature place in yourself. You see things differently. You've got a bigger perspective. Everything is expansive. The restrictive patterns, they begin to feel more optional. You spot them when they're happening, and the love you're available is much greater, and you can feel that expansion in your heart. It feels vulnerable at first, and then it moves into joy. I've created a self-reflection quiz. Are you carrying old emotional patterns into love? Which I'll be sharing in the newsletter over the coming weeks. You'll be able to see just how ready you are for bringing in true love, for inviting it in, for calling it in, for embodying it, for giving and receiving it. It's a deep exploration and will give you some clarity there. And if you're not already subscribed, you can sign up today and receive my free Dating with Clarity guide, which has so much in it around this work. It does everything from getting clear on what you want, who you want, how you want to feel, what their values are, what you do together, all the way through to writing a profile that is a mirror and attractive, managing first dates, managing first connections, and really evaluating the green and red flags. It's a gift. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.